Well, hey there team, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to some more Stationeers. Oh, where are we? Got buzzers and beepers and all that. 8% food, that's not great. There's hardly any atmosphere in here though, right? We did cover that much at least. I don't think I've got any food bars on me. We had a little hiatus. Oh, that's right, I blew a hole in the bloody ground. Because I was doing Next Fest demos. So I'll take the water as well. Might as well. 7%. I'm assuming you just start losing health at 0, I guess. We'll go in here because I want to save whatever I vent. Sorry, just let me focus in on this for the moment. But yeah, basically, Next Fest had me busy. Where did they go? Cereal bar. Okay. Here we go.
Temperature high. Pressure critical.
Yeah.
Oxygen critical.
Yeah. Okay. That's probably pretty unpleasant for my dude, but the vitals will steady out. Suit power as well. Okay, so a lot of people have been kind enough to point out, with some of their feedback, which is lovely, that we have 1 kPa pressure in here. We've got nothing, right? So no wonder the aircon's not working. This is true. This makes perfectly good sense. Jeez, we better be recording. Looks like it. A lot of people are saying just drop oxide in there, right? Just heat up some oxide with a road flare or a welding torch or whatever. I've been reluctant to do this, to share my thoughts, because obviously only so many of my thoughts make it out of my head. Because I'm just cognizant of a high oxygen environment, to me, sounds like a recipe for blowing shit up, right? Especially when, well, I guess whatever's in here is 75 degrees. But look, that's what people keep suggesting. Maybe that's what I'll just do, right? Ice. Pure ice. Ice. Wait, how do I not have oxide? Alright, hang on. Ice water, ice nitrice. What is nitrice? Can you tell me what's in it? Nitrogen and nitrogen oxide. Nitrogen oxide? Well, like bloody... is that like laughing gas or something? NOS. Oh my god, all this crap. Holy heck. Alright, well... the consensus seems to be put some oxide in here. And so we shall. What is the pressure now? Yeah, even with me venting my little hat, not much happened, right? So, okay. Okay. We're gonna need more power to our suit. That'll work. Oh, someone also pointed out, like, I don't mind being helped along, especially when you know better, right? I'm not going to ruminate on it because I just ignore people that are dicks, right? They just go in the typing into the abyss, never to be read again thing that they probably don't know exists. But someone pointed out that this thing and the throughput of the APC, it's just very inefficient, right? There is a portable, what would you call it? A portable power generator. I think it's in there somewhere, right? And that might be a better option. So we'll have a look at that. What is all this rumbling outside? I picked the worst times to record. We might be going into a storm. Okay, but I've got my tracker. I'm pretty good for food and water and all that at the moment. My filters are holding. And I've got cartridge tracker. So what we might even just venture out into the night right? Because what else am I going to bloody do? And I'm safe now because, well, you know, safe-ish. And then we'll bring this, right? Because I can. Water, 38%. Well, look, my vitals are pretty solid. You know what? Before we do our excursion, I'll just have a quick sip in here. Right. Do that.
Temperature high. Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay. Nope. Close this first. Vacuum that. Open that. Can probably put my empty water bottle there. How'd that go? 77%? That's okay. But I'm a bit dirty. I don't know what that is. That they've introduced that since I last played. So I think we're good. We're pretty good. So I'm just gonna go for a dangerous little wander. I'll make sure the battery's off on that in case we need to track. Put this in one hand. And now we've got a perfectly good mining belt. Then I'm just going to bloody wander around until I fall down a hole and break me leg or something. And then the sun comes up. What have we got here? Oxide. Excellent. Okay, so this green, someone said that there's... Is there a way to turn my light on and off? Someone said that there's a way to tell where veins are, and it must be that faint colour that I just saw. I don't know if it's coming through on the video, and then in the daylight it must be harder to see as well. Oh, let's just root around for a bit more oxide. So look, I might be getting trolled into blowing myself up, you know, but trust starts somewhere. People are telling me, yeah, see like this, look at this light. Oh no, you can't see, yeah. This glow tells you where the vein is, I think, is the idea. So we're just gonna bloody dump a whole shitload of oxide in there and melt it, which I feel really bad. I don't like the sound of that, but I suppose if we keep the temperature down. And then you watch, I'll use my welder in there or something and just obliterate myself. That's a lot of oxide, by the way. I wasn't really paying attention, so... Let's do that, right? And then we'll worry about the rest. Oh, jeez. He gets a bit of speed down the slope. We need to sort out the power throughput as well, remember? This will charge it. I know this is wasteful and not efficient to whoever pointed that out, but it's what we've got at the moment, right? And I don't really want that battery going flat off of reserves if I'm in here for a long time. I kind of want this fully charged. And yes, putting a solar panel up on the roof, that's on a list of things to do, but there's so many different things to do and I'm talking and being entertaining. Well, that's interpretive, but you know what I mean. Alright, we've got our copper bars there. We could probably put that in here as an ingredient. And the pipe bender's on the way, and so is the electronics, but I can't even remember. It's been too long. What I wanted, what I'm going to do, priority at the moment, is get an atmosphere. That's what really matters. So we'll just, 70% is probably enough. Should be right. Do I have... I'll probably use road flares, right? Let's say we put a road flare out. How hard is it gonna... I suppose if this was a fully pressurized room... Oh, hang on. Let's start with this. Oxide. Because I haven't even considered what is in oxide. Oxygen. Oh, there's nitrogen in there as well. Oh, that is interesting. Maybe we can strip some of the oxygen out. Highly sensitive to temperature. Melt as soon as it's mined. Unless the temperature's below zero. Well, we're on the moon. It was stored in a mining belt. Melting oxide produces oxygen and nitrogen. Yeah. Freezing. Flashpoint. Flashpoint. 0 degrees. Oh, hang on. That's for oxide? Highly flammable at low temperatures. That's what... I don't like that. Latent heat. Max liquid... condensation. Specific...
Air tank low.
Ah, shit. This is not a very helpful graph without more increments on it. Okay. I trust. I trust. How bad's my O2? It's not great, but that's fine. Alright, oxide it is. Let's just start with 7. Yeah, it should start melting straight away. Pressure's going up. Temperature of the room has dropped off incredibly, which makes sense. Alright, we're going to put a 50 block in. We can always drag it back out if we need to. Temperature's dropping off, that's good. Pressure's going up. What is the max pressure capacity of these? Well, these walls, it'll be insane. Temperature's plummeting, that's good. It's not even... I thought we had some volatiles in the environment. Alright, so that's everything melted out. What is that? 80% oxygen. Oh my god, that really upsets me. I mean, I guess it's breathable. What happens if I open my helmet? Let's see what happens. Well, I'm not dying. So that's good. Nice. Well, how does that relate? How does my oxygen canister go? 544 kPa. Is the game smart enough to not engage it? It looks like it, doesn't it? We'd probably vent this, couldn't we? Alright, well there we go, we're good. I should have trusted you guys sooner. But this whole 80 to 90% oxygen, I don't like that at all. But it is what it is. Okay, let's investigate a little bit more. What did I want to... I wanted to know about... What do we got? We got guides. This is kind of cool. Temperature control? I don't know. I'm sort of worried about the... What is it, a frame? Frame. It's not steel. Iron. Construction options. A constructed iron frame. Structure. Yeah, like, it doesn't have... It doesn't seem to have statistics on... oh no, that's interesting. These hash names, this will be for coding. It doesn't have statistics on max pressure. I'm almost certain that 100 kPa was the max that normal doors could take. These are airlock doors, so I think we'll be okay. What is this my suit is saying? 83%. Current air tank capacity. Okay. Sure. All right. Well, we're pretty good now. Plants. Specifically potato. Potato. Inhaled gases. Carbon dioxide. Maybe I need to go to potato. What is this? Nope. Potato seed. Nope. Maybe the stats were there. Growth time. Oh, actually, it's in these tables because we read this the other day, didn't we? All right, so minimum grow pressure, minimum ideal temperature. Hang on. It'd be good if these things lined up. Max grow temperature, max ideal grow. Okay, so we want 20 and 30 degrees. I'm going to have to try and memorize this crap. Minimum ideal. Okay, that's better. Yeah, they do line up, sorry. 50. What was that on this? What is my light doing? What is that? It must be some artifact. Oh my god. You're scaring me, game. Oh, there's the power connector. Jesus. I'm already all nerves, mate. Max ideal grow pressure, minimum ideal. So 50 to 100 kPa and 20 to 30 degrees. That's pretty straightforward. We should have like a lamp that we can use. Toxins frozen. Inhaled gases. So we have to make sure that we provided enough carbon dioxide, right? That's probably the biggest problem is... I mean, it doesn't... Yeah, we need to be producing CO2 enough. And how would we do that? How are we going to do that? Because I don't know if I don't know how much I put out when I breathe, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not 8.6 moles an hour. And there's 9 mole in here, so there's only an hour worth of CO2 in this room anyhow. How am I going to overcome that? Well, I guess 127 mole of O2. Yeah, the answer is just put a whole bunch more. Wait, let's just make sure we got the numbers right. 9.6 mole. Moles. Moles. How much does that work out? Because I don't really want to go killing my seeds. Mold and moles. I'm too rusty in my chemistry. Someone will type it out for me, I'm sure. Okay. Oh god, I have my helmet open. Okay, let's close that up. Let's... Yep. Yep. Okay, excellent. Next step is power connector. Well, actually, we should refurb our oxygen tank.
Air tank critical.
There you go. I haven't polluted that somehow, have I? Nope. She's all good. So, portable power generator is in there. I saw the connecting plate in there. That's probably one way to harvest CO2, right? Would be an exhaust system of some sort, like just to capture the expended... Right? Well, regardless, it's going to have to come out. It is it one of those? I know I put the power block in there. Portable connector, sensor. Solar panel, that's on the list as well. But I'm actually really curious about this portable power generator now that it's been raised. Portable generator, right? Fuel canister.
Power low.
I have concerns. That's volatiles. That's a lot of volatiles. 20 degrees. Put it back in there. I don't know how much it takes to blow it up. I'm really scared. Who cares if I need a clean? Someone pointed out that maybe you can take your clothes off or something and that does it. Bloody, hang on, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if I take the old helmet off. I'll be standing in the dark. Yeah, what about I'll take my suit off?
Power low.
Backpack? Maybe the uniform. It's the uniform. Does it get dirty? Hygiene is decreasing. Suit or helmet on. Right. This is all new territory for me. Well, what if I go suit and helmet? Oh, yeah? Hygiene is increasing. Just standing in my pure oxygen environment that I'm still not convinced is safe. Unpack. Oh. Put my helmet in my jetpack. Have a bloody sippy sip. Nice. Well, my hygiene's better.
Power low.
Okay. Okay, so here's the concern. I'm reluctant to put that fuel canister anywhere that can get warm, right? Can I keep it cold outside? Well, I mean, it's only it is volatiles. Like, it's not like it's some liquid monster. Fuck, I just don't know. I really don't know the answer to this. Can I pack this back in? No, I can't. So I'm running out of hands. Okay. Put that on the ground. We will swap mining belts. No, not mining belt, tool belt. Right, because I think, can I pack you up? Hand drill. That's better. I'll leave me water bottle package in here. Put that there. Why aren't you telling me? Oh, I can just pick it up. Okay. Right. Okay, so the play is reconstruct all of that outside. My helmet's closed. That's good. Okay, if it's making no sound, there's probably no atmosphere, right? Power connector. Do I have any more frames? What happened here? I got walls, but I've got no frames. You reckon I could just make one? Have I got the ingredients for it? Will it make them infinitely or just make one? Oh no, it will make them infinitely. Got to be careful of that. Okay, well, let's plonk that here. And this. I mean, look, you can go on the ground for the moment. You're harmless enough. Welding torch. Right. Jesus, don't scare me like that. Alright, so this is a power connector. Input. We could probably put it there, right? That'd work. Yeah. And then I could put this here. Oh, we're going to need a spanner for that. Excellent. Right, that's what we want. And then we'll put that in there. So now it's got fuel. And it'll need a battery to run, but I've got a sparey right here. Don't know what that one's doing. And then, oh, turn that off for the moment. And then we've got cables around here somewhere, do we not? Actually, no, because we're potentially going to charge that up. Let's swap that with our suit. Maybe it's in here. I think we had spare... God damn it. I did see them. There they are. Nope. There we go. Spare cable. And then I think I need the wire stripper in hand to merge. Okay. That's the throughput. There's no short circuit there, I don't think. So if we... Oh. Well, that works. That works, and apparently that's much more efficient. And... But I wonder what sort of waste that puts out, right? Because this is like CO2. I think coal is just pure CO2 in this, right? Whereas... What are you? Oxygen and volatile. I think that's the same fuel mixture that they use in the welding torch. I could check that actually. Now I'm curious. Is there going to be implications of me pulling out my gas canister? Yeah, there you go. It's the same capacity. Okay. So even if I captured the gas thrown out of this, it's going to be what's it going to be? The fuel waste. I couldn't really say. Like if I say fuel, what do you say, game? Fuel tank. Yeah, see, some of these things are a bit more difficult. Gas fuel generator. Yeah, so when it comes to like fuel mixtures and all that, I don't know if you're really going to get that out of a wiki. You just have to know that there would be a more efficient mixture, I reckon, if you got right into it. But I think it's also safe to say if the devs are putting bloody 1 to 2 parts oxygen to volatiles, then let's go along with that, you know? Okay, well this is good. And that's charging. And apparently this is much more efficient for the throughput, for the amount that it's using up. That's much more efficient. Excellent. I'm happy with that, right? So we've got ourselves an oxygenated environment that I can get naked in. That's nice. I can eat and drink in and all that. So that's wonderful. We've got a more efficient fuel throughput. What's this button on the top? Oh, nothing. So what are we going to do next? I reckon I might wait and see what people have to say. Because I'm getting moles and mole and all that sort of stuff confused. I might have to look into that and figure out how much CO2 I need to keep my plants going. It shouldn't be too much, right? But I'm like, I suppose you can't poison them with O2 because O2 wasn't listed as a poison for it. Like volatiles was, I think. Huh. Anyway, I'm sure people are screaming at their monitors because they have the answer because they're a budding young bloody space biologist or whatever. And the other thing is to put a solar panel on the roof. So as much as this is good that we've got this, the solar panel would be better. Okay. And we could potentially, oh my God, once upon a time I knew how to write the logic code to track the sun autonomously so that the dish would follow it all the way through. But we'll probably just put up whatever this is and then maybe building a couple more and just putting them at 3 different angles, like 45, 45, and whatever you'd call it, 180 straight up midday. And that's fairly efficient, you know, in the scheme of things. But yeah, you would probably want them to track the sun as it goes past. I don't think there's a slight tilt or anything like that. Mars is different, but anyway, I haven't thought about any of this stuff in years. Interesting. All right, team, let's wrap it up there. I will catch you guys on the next one.